If you want to understand what Europe's future startups will do, you have to take a look at the current intellectual property protection. Let's talk about this now. Hi, I'm Oliver and welcome back to the channel AskMeStartup, where we talk about startups, small businesses and the world that surrounds them. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and pushing the notification bell so YouTube lets you know whenever I'm uploading new content. If you're into business, if you have a small business, please feel free to download my free startup checklist, link in the description below. Today's topic is a really relevant topic for anyone interested in European startups, because if we look at the current intellectual property protection IP, like what patents they have, what trademarks they have, we can really see which topics, which areas of interest those people are filing the patents in. And where we find the most filed patents in, most likely are going to be the industries of tomorrow. Area number one that shouldn't come as a surprise is artificial intelligence. Now, we've seen artificial intelligence, AI, growing big in the US and specifically in China, but not so much in Europe. It is coming here big as well. We're now at a stage where actually people are filing patents that have been created by AI itself. There is an Australian court case going on that specific topic, arguing on the question whether or not it is legal to have an artificial intelligence being the inventor of an IP protected item. Now, an area of specific interest within the AI sector is going to be the virtual reality part, where we see industries like travel and education to boost or are on the forefront. You can imagine that maybe it is in 5 years' time that you put on the gloves, the virtual reality glasses, and then see the beach that you're actually planning to go to and maybe don't like it and maybe choose another one. The same could be true for education. Whether you're on the beach or in the classroom shouldn't matter, because if you put on the virtual reality glasses, you're in the teaching room with all your peers and you have a great discussion. No matter where you are physically, virtual reality might take you somewhere else. The next industry that has filed a lot of patents is e-commerce. You might be wondering, hey, wait a minute, e-commerce is around everywhere. Yes, you're right. But e-commerce and combination with virtual reality is where the future is heading, quite obviously, according to the IP statistics. Just imagine yourself sitting in front of your website that you normally purchase from, and they come up with a virtual reality machine where you can dress very realistically with the new clothes, and you like them or not, you can see whether they fit or not, etc. All these things are on the upfront and coming, and they will change the e-commerce world for sure. IP already tells us that people are investing heavily in this. The next big area where we see huge growth in IP protection is sustainability. Green tech, clean tech, all these things become massive and are getting bigger and bigger every year. Why? Let's take a look back at the year 2021 at the end, where we've seen the United Nations Conference for Global Climate Change. There, you've seen many countries and cities and regions, actively signing laws and bills that they are progressing on the clean tech front. Hence, new technologies that improve efficiency, that improve transportation, electric vehicles, for instance, are on the rise and will find huge demand. Just be aware that there's, for instance, a $100 billion investment opportunity that they all agreed on that conference for the next 10 to 15 years. That also implies that there will be huge opportunities for those people providing green opportunities, green initiatives. Everything that people in the Western world, I have to say most likely, but worldwide, can actually use to get rid of their carbon footprint. Keep that in mind, because that is irrelevant whether you're in Europe or not. This is a worldwide opportunity, but you can start a business in India and then sell your product, your green product, to Europe. Most likely, you will have a big business ahead. Now, the two next sectors are health related or pharmaceutical, bio, life science related. First one is CRISPR-Cas, which is a way to insert a specific strand of DNA into existing DNA. This has been used to manufacture and produce pharmaceuticals all over the world and is one of the great inventions of the last decades. The next one will be, with no surprise, the mRNA vaccines. Now, this technology is already 30 years old and we've seen several patents on this so far, but now we're getting into a new stage, which has been, of course, boosted by COVID. But now the money comes in, we're going to see other treatments, like for cancer maybe, or for asthmatics, or for diabetics. We don't know where it's going to take us, to be quite frank. But this is an area people putting a lot of money in, and we're going to see a huge spike of new technologies in the next 10 to 15 years. With all that in mind, please be aware that only innovations are worthwhile patenting, not inventions. An invention, and if you're not quite sure what the difference is, I'll link a video up here, never pays. It just costs money. An innovation is something the market demands and requires, and hence you can have a great product to sell. If you're not quite sure when to patent or not, I'll link a video up here. And if you want to patent, here's another video that describes the steps taken or necessary to patent in the European Union. All right, everybody, thank you for taking time to watch this short video. Let us know whether you will file a patent or not, or whether you're struggling with IP protection, could be trademarks as well, and what you're thinking about the costs involved and the potential future outcomes. If you made it so far in the video, please subscribe and push the notification bell, because it really helps this channel to grow. Thank you once again, and I'm gonna see you next time.